Welcome to another exciting episode of Unraveling Intellectual Property with Michael Stein. This is part two with Linda Rahal of Tro and Rahal. We're going to be continuing our discussion about immigration and company hiring. Linda, thank you for coming back.
Thanks, Mike, for having me.
All right, so at the end of part one, we were talking about the timing of the H-1B visa, and basically you better be ready with people uh, on in March. Maybe we were offline discussing you might want to have a number of people ready to participate in the lottery because you don't know who's going to uh, make it, be the winner. What's the cost and what type of documents do people need to put together? I know you were doing my visa for my trainee, and oh my goodness, I had to fill out a whole syllabus, and it was pages and pages. And I remember I was working with one of your colleagues, and he did a great job. I mean, you guys did a great job back then. What do hiring someone? I'm not even saying that's the easy part, but you hire someone. What do you need from them? What are the things you got to put together? What are you going to need? Are you going to need all that when in March or what's the process like?
Yeah, well, we'll back up just a minute to
Sure.
make sure that people understand the H-1B cap lottery. There's a limit on H-1Bs every year, 65,000 for bachelor's degrees and 20,000 for master's degree. The selection happens on March 31st or April 1, and we have to put in all the registrations for anyone who wants to hire a foreign national in H-1B in March. So we gather documents. In the past, the documentation could be as little for registration as the name of the person, the name of the company, the person's degree level. Are you a master's degree or bachelor's degree? And we paid a fee, I think, of $205. It first started out as like $50, and then it became a little bit more. This year, the H-1B lottery is changing. The administration passed a new rule that the H-1B lottery is going to be based on weighted wages, meaning if we don't have the information yet as to all that we're going to need for the H-1B cap this year, but if you're a level 4 in the Department of Labor wage levels for your job, then you get put into the cap 4 times. If you're a level 3, you'll get put in 3 times. If you're a level 2, you get put in twice. If you're a level 1, put in once. And the reason for that is they correlate highly skilled with high wages. So they make the higher wages more weighted for the lottery. So this is new this year. We haven't done it before, and we don't know yet all the information that they're going to need in March to submit the registration, but it's going to be job description, job title, wage, and what wage level are you?
And I mean, it sounds like, I don't know, for those who follow the NBA, you get the lower the lower your record, the worse your record, you get more balls for the lottery. So when you fill out this information, if you are a winner, do you have to then fill out a whole bunch of more information?
Yeah, so if you get selected in the H-1B cap, you then have till the end of June to submit your H-1B petition. And that's a lot of forms and supporting documents. Make sure you have the right degree, make sure the job is a specialty occupation, meaning that it requires a bachelor's degree and that the person has the right degree.
All right.
And also financials about the company and the employer and things like that.
All right, but you don't need that for the initial lottery.
Not yet.
Okay, but all right, so we don't know what's going to happen in the future, which is the near future. Let's go to the recent current past. Is it possible for you to win the lottery but then get rejected?
Yes, you can win the lottery, submit your petition, and immigration thinks you're not qualified because let's say you're a software engineer and you have a degree in English. They're going to say you're not a specialty occupation and they don't have the right degree and they might deny that petition for that reason.
Let's get into the fees. Money, everyone's interested in money. I was reading, and I don't read much about the immigration. I leave it to the experts like you. There was a huge increase in fees. So can you explain what those fees are, when they were needed, what's changed? And from where were we to where are we going to go?
Well, the filing fees for H-1Bs with US immigration are somewhere around like 3,000. There's four or five of them that add up to that. But the big change was through an executive order. This administration said that there was going to be $100,000 fee on H-1B petitions for people outside the United States. So if we file an H-1B petition in this year's lottery for someone outside the US and they have to go to the embassy and apply for a visa, they're going to have to pay a $100,000 fee. The people who don't have to pay that $100,000 fee are people already in the United States who already have gotten a visa for an H-1B and they are changing employers or getting an extension. They don't have to pay the fee. So, and that $100,000 fee is currently being challenged in court. So we'll see what happens with that too.
What was the fee before?
There was no fee.
Wow, talk about the percentage increase is infinite. When is that fee due? Is it when you're just part of the lottery or after you win the lottery?
It's not always connected to the lottery. It can be. It can also be like if somebody went on vacation and they need a new visa, then they're going to come back in. They may need that H-1B fee, $100,000 fee. Um, so it's not always tied to the lottery. What was your question, Mike?
I mean, basically, it's like you don't even know if your person is going to, your new employee is going to win. So do you have to pay the $100,000 just to be in the lottery?
I think when, and we haven't seen much of this, this is all new.
Okay.
So I think when we file it, if they deem the person to have to pay that $100,000 fee, they require that payment before they approve it.
Before they approve it, so you don't have to give it up front.
Right. Yeah. No,
Right.
no one's filing
Okay.
with $100,000 fee.
Ah, like that's really a disincentive. Uh, then in for the for this whole process, when it comes to making decisions as to how you're going to do this, then what? Let me see how I was going to say it. How is someone going to make that determination? I guess you don't know
Well,
what's going to happen.
we know how that $100,000 fee is applied. So in talking to a client, I would say, because of these circumstances, the $100,000 fee might apply and or will apply. And then they
Okay.
can just say, no, I'm not going to do that. And that's when we start looking at the other alternatives like the L1 or the O1. Are there any other options? Sometimes we even look at, are they married? What does their spouse do? Can the spouse come in on a visa that then this person, the spouse, can get work authorization? So we're looking more and more at the alternatives and trying to be creative to avoid the complications that are coming up now with the H-1B.
All right. Or if, let's say, it's not that March Madness period, you're in that May period or something, and the lottery's out, one of these alternatives.
Yeah, and the chances of getting selected in the lottery in the past was like less than a third for most people.
Okay, so you're spending a lot of time looking for people who may never be.
Yeah, that's why we sort of look at the alternatives first. Do you qualify for anything else?
Okay.
If you don't qualify for anything else, we're going to put you into the H-1B cap. Or we might put you in there as a safeguard, but we're going to try something else as well, just in case. There's always a plan A and a plan B now.
All right. So, I mean, it sounds like it's not just the hiring of someone, which I'm not saying is easy, but it sounds like there's a lot of strategy involved in maybe even who you're going to be looking for. So,
Yeah,
so if someone, I mean, I guess if someone is interested in hiring a non-US citizen, come see you as soon as possible, and then I assume you offer consultations, like,
yeah,
and
we
then
do consultations and help develop an immigration strategy if needed. We also do, webinars and things for companies so that they understand the process. Um, we, yeah, we do a lot of, it takes a lot of time, way more time than what people expect that it should take. And, so a lot of times, companies can have very strategic recruiting efforts where they recruit from places like Canada and Mexico, even Singapore and Chile, where they have these different visa options that aren't available to everybody else. I've seen them do that sometimes.
All right. Sounds like, please, for you out there who need to hire non-US citizens, contact Tro and Rahal, particularly Linda, my good friend, and she's great at what she does, because this is a very complicated field.
And
Any
hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, it's changing every day now.
That's what makes the law so exciting, right, Linda?
Who knew when we graduated law school, right, Mike?
I thought, yeah, I took Admiralty law and nothing had changed since 1855. Admiralty law, I don't think anything's changed since then either.
Right. How much has changed in IP law?
Oh my goodness, there's new regulations that the USPTO is issuing last couple of weeks. I'm literally just reading up on it, and I've got other things to look at, new guidelines, new examples. Yep, it's
Keeping
what
us
make
busy.
what?
Keeping us busy.
Yeah, it makes things interesting. Any parting words, any pearls of wisdom, and give us your contact information once more.
Yeah, I think people who have foreign national employees, companies in the US, or want to transfer people here have to start planning early, 6 to 10 months out at least. And it can be a little bit of a bumpy ride, but everything's still possible. You can call me, email me for a consultation. You can go to our website at trorahal.com or email me at linda@trorahal.com and remind me that you were listening to this podcast and you'll get a special deal on your consultation.
Woo! You're the first person who's offered that. I love you, Linda. Uh, that's uh, that's great. Yeah, and it sounds like there's a huge incentive to look for people who are already in the United States.
Yeah, that's a strategy that a lot of employers in the US are doing. But companies need to move their talent here. And so the L1 becomes a very handy tool for that.
All right. Well, Linda, thank you, thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. I've learned a ton. To all my viewers, again, thank you for tuning in. Until next time, take care.
Thank you, Mike.